Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. I just wanted to go over a little updated video on eXp RevShare, what it is, and how it might work for you. If you are thinking about joining eXp, this might be interesting for you, or if you're already an agent with eXp, this might be a good refresher course for you. Before I jump into a couple of slides, I just wanted to say, just keep in mind that eXp has an opportunity that almost no one else has, and certainly not at the scale that we have with our revenue share program. It provides another source of income for you as an agent while you simply share the eXp story. The revenue share money that you get from eXp comes from the company's portion of the money. It does not come from any other agent. Then the real thing is that the way I view it is it's eXp's way of saying thank you for sharing the eXp story. Now let me go ahead and start sharing my screen so that I can show you a few bits and pieces and maybe help you make sense of it all. Okay, here we are with our screen share here. It's how to unlock our cascading revenue share here in Australia. Our revenue share model has thank you gifts that go down all the way 7 layers. So that might mean I've introduced, let's just work through it as an example. I've introduced Anne and she's on tier 1. Anne has introduced Harry, he's on tier 2, and so forth and so forth and so forth. And down at tier 5, we've got Sally, and she's introduced an agent called Julie on tier 6. And Julie has a friend in Portugal, and she's introduced that person. We'll call that person Carlos, and Carlos is now on my 7th tier or 7th level. If you know anything about affiliate marketing, which is quite popular at the moment in other types of businesses, it's kind of like that in a way. But what I want to do is break down. If I can show you on the right-hand side of the screen, it says personal qualifying agent count needed. So each tier is unlocked. So obviously it's a reward system that the more you share the eXp story and the more agents that join your team, the more levels, like playing a video game, the more levels get unlocked. So to unlock tier 2, you need to have at least 5 agents that are on your personally enrolled team. So you've talked to them about eXp, they've joined eXp, and you are their sponsor. Once you have 10 or more, that unlocks tier 3. If you've got 15 or more that you've personally introduced to eXp, that unlocks level 4, and so forth down to, and this is a recent change, if you have personally enrolled 30 qualifying agents, meaning these aren't just bums on seats, but these are people that are actually out transacting real estate business, then that unlocks level 7. Now, the financial reward is quite amazing here. If you had, and we'll look at an example in just a second, but first, before we move to that, let me just go through the levels. So everyone on your first tier, you will earn up to a maximum of $3,500 each year that agent is with eXp. And that is paid not at the end of the year, but that is paid as properties settled up until you've received that $3,500 for that agent. And that's the level at which the agent has capped. And if you're familiar with the eXp model, our commission split is a 75-25 split up to $100,000 GCI settled amount here in Australia. And then from there, the agents keep 100%. So there's no more to share with the company. Otherwise, they would, I'm sure. Tier 2 or level 2, you'll earn up to $4,000 for each agent that you have that is on that level. Tier 3, you'll get $2,500, and you can see what it's designed to do. It is designed to foster your involvement with the whole team, not just the people that you personally introduce, but providing benefit, support, encouragement to everyone in your organization. Tier 4 is $1,500. Tier 5 is $1,000 up to a max of $1,000 for the people in tier 5. And you can see how it was going down like that, and now it's going to go out. And so on tier 6, it goes back to $2,500, and on tier 7, it goes to $5,000, up to $5,000 each agent. And what I love about EXP is if you sponsor, you encourage, you train, you coach your agents, they will go out and work. And once those deals settle, EXP just sends you the money. It's they're paid each. We are paid rev share each month around the 20. I think it's the 20th, 22nd of each month that we are paid for properties that settled the month before. So it's an ongoing scenario for us that helps give other streams of income than a traditional legacy brand might have to offer you. And I'll move to the next slide and just share with you an example. If I can get this to shift to the next slide, there we go. So here's a 5-year example. Let's not overcomplicate this, and let me throw in a disclaimer. Results not typical. Your results in sharing the EXP story will be completely different than the next person's result based on the time and energy that you put into it and based on your ability to tell the story. So, but here we go. As a 5-year example, over 5 years, if you had personally sponsored 10 agents or enrolled 10 agents, and your team was at 10 agents, and they were all capping agents, meaning they were writing at least 100,000 in GCI, then you would be getting a yearly annual income from your tier 1 at $35,000 for the year. Wonderful. If you had mentored your agents and they had also caught a vision for sharing the story, and each of those over a 5-year period had built their own teams of 10 agents, then you'd have 100 agents on your second level. And at $4,000 per agent on your second level, you would have received an annual income of $400,000 for those agents, for a combined income of $435,000. And what I'd like to ask you is if I could show you a way how you could actually do this. If you had an extra $435,000 this next year or within 5 years coming in on an annual basis, would that be okay? Or would that cause a problem for you? I think for most of us, that would be okay. Guys, thanks for taking the time to stop by, learn a little bit more about RevShare. If I can answer any specific questions for your situation and your context to see whether partnering with EXP is a good fit for you, just reach out to me. You can find me anywhere on the web. Thanks for watching, and I'll chat to you soon.